that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
Hi, I'm John Swenson at Midas Resources, 800-686-2237, extension 128, and let's take in a brief mind movie. We're surrounded by jesters, members of the nation's largest clown club based in Washington, D.C. Fuzzy hair, baggy pants, big yellow shoes, and now offering financial assurances that all will be well. The stimulus package is working. A bailout is coming your way. And while we're flat broke, we're also told that we've stepped back away from the brink. Pardon me? Back to the real world. We know that we can rely on no one but ourselves to generate financial security. Protecting your assets is solely up to you. No one else is coming to the rescue. Please call me, John Swenson, 800-686-2237, extension 128, to discuss investing in precious metals, gold and silver, with a 6,000-year track record of success and security. I'm John Swenson, 800-686-2237, extension 128, and together we'll create a package that really works for you.
This is Alex Jones for American Tax Settlement. We have received news that the IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements on back taxes, and millions of consumers may be eligible for this reduction to save thousands of dollars. If any of you out there owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS, we have created an open phone line with American Tax Settlement. For all Alex Jones listeners to see if you qualify for a settlement with the IRS to save thousands, the number to call is 1-800-506-5904. Millions of taxpayers now may be eligible for this settlement to save thousands of dollars. Don't risk the IRS coming after you and garnishing your wages or seizing your property. American Tax Settlement specializes in negotiating with the IRS on your behalf, keeping the IRS off your back and saving consumers millions of dollars. If you owe $10,000 or more in taxes to the IRS, the number to call is 1-800-506-5904. That's 1-800-506-5904. Call today.
All the central bank families do that dominate Europe and now the planet, all they work towards is coming in, buying off politicians, getting nations in debt, getting a private central bank in control. They got in control in 1913, but only of the federal government and the issuance of currency. And in the 150 years of history this nation had, there had been such incredible wealth generated and such free market and so much private land and industry developed that it has taken them now 90-plus years to turn us into domesticated slaves. And now they're putting the final pieces in to feudalism, to serfdom. And if you go study feudalism and serfdom, the serfs that lived under feudalism, it's exactly the system they're setting up, where there's environmental minders that'll micromanage every facet of your life. You won't be allowed to travel. You'll be controlled. You'll be searched everywhere. This was all done in Anglo-Saxon England. This was done in Norman Europe. This was done in feudal Japan, feudal China. This is a system. The Aztecs did the same thing. It's the same thing. The Mayan cultures. Elites always develop the same caste systems, the same control systems, and we know what tyranny is. We know what bondage is. We know what stagnation is, and it's happening. It's not enough for them to bankrupt the economy, though, by design, which they brag they've done in IMF and World Bank documents we've been covering since 2002 when I wrote the book Descent into Tyranny. This is on record. They've done it in third world countries again over and over again, and first world nations as well. Look at Iceland. Look at Argentina. It was a first world nation. Look at Iraq. Look at Serbia. They'll use military if they have to. as a last resort if they can't come in and buy you off and put a central bank in. It's not enough for them to just bankrupt you. They want to further bankrupt you and then, through the panic, had the entire GDP, more than the GDP in 7 months of money, pumped into them to buy up what's left of the infrastructure and banks and insurance companies. And to buy off the Cattlemen's Association, which is now helping to shut down the small ranches. They work for the meat packers now. It's the same for every industry. The farmer associations, the big ones, openly paid by these groups. That's why we're in deep trouble. They've bought off all the major leadership. And I know a lot of you are finally listening because things are getting worse and worse, and you're seeing everything we talked about a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, happening now. Because everything that we've seen up to this point was preparation. Everything up to this point was kind of like an Aggie bonfire, spending weeks and weeks building the monstrosity. Now they've set it on fire. And I've been sitting here the last 13 years going, they're building a bonfire to burn our liberties. They're building a bonfire, and you're like, oh, that's a bunch of wood they're piling up. I don't know why they're piling it up, but don't say it's a bonfire. You've been in denial, and now they've lit the thing on fire. There's no more denial what it is. It's burning our liberties to the ground. It's an attempt to irrevocably make us domesticated and controlled. And then what comes after that is even worse. And I know it's horrifying. I know it's hard to believe, but it's in black and white. It's in the mainstream news now every day, but with their spin on it. World government with one-child policies in the U.S. They're going to pass laws that if you have more than one child, you're going to pay a tax. And CPS is going to harass you. They're already harassing homeschoolers. And they've got all these TV shows that they make the kids watch in school to tattle on their parents, that Second Amendment's bad, that carbon footprints are bad, that breathing is bad. Remember 4 months ago, the New York Times and LA Times, I tried to search that article this morning and couldn't find it again. I couldn't remember the exact headline. Somebody find it and post it or send it to robd@infowars.com. I know in the article it said, we're going to get rid of the terms we've been using like global warming because that's clearly a fraud. White House minutes got released with this think tank, PR firm. And they said, we've got to say we're losing our atmosphere. We've got to say the Earth is in violent climate change. We've got to stabilize the climate. It was all the new terms they're supposed to use. And suddenly, you see all these documentaries and films and TV shows, it's we're losing our atmosphere into space. Total, complete, absolute lie. First it was we've got too much carbon dioxide when it's been 14 times higher in our history, and it's good. Causes the plants to create more oxygen. But in a way, that's kind of true because the Earth is in a low carbon dioxide, low oxygen level right now, according to the ice core samples. But that's not because of man. So why are they now shifting gears into these new terms? Because they've been caught in their old lies. Kind of like in the 70s, they said it was going to be a new ice age. Then it got hot, and they said it was a new warming period. Now it's getting cold again. They're saying ice age again, climate change. No, the truth is that Earth gets hot and gets cold, gets hot and gets cold, and the main driver is the sun that just cooled off 2 years ago. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Many human illnesses can be attributed to the fact that soil in the United States no longer provides plants with the mineral elements which are essential to human nourishment. Studies have shown that a majority of Americans are seriously deficient in basic minerals. Deficiency in any one or more important minerals actually results in disease. Go to AmericanSuperfoods.com today and see the wide range of foods available that were designed to help your mind and body work the way they were intended to. You can also visit the AmericanSuperfoods.com link on Infowars.com to see some of the amazing products available. Colloidal gold, marine phytoplankton, maca, goji berries, raw chocolate cacao, nibs, noni, immune detox, and more. Folks, you gotta check these out. These foods promote nutritional excellence, health and well-being, beauty enhancement, and sustainable rainforest agriculture. Go to AmericanSuperfoods.com. Again, the website is AmericanSuperfoods.com. In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of the Obama